Oh, Jules, you're upside down. There we go.
I've decided to do some acrobatics, that's all.
Did you? Okay.
Perfect. Looks like we're good.
We've got everybody except Travis and Eddie, so we'll wait. Hopefully we can bring it Travis in a bit. So a disclosure of pecuniary interest from anybody? No? And we have no delegates at this meeting. And has everybody gone through the meeting of the previous, the minutes of the previous meeting in December? All in favor of accepting the minutes? Any discussion on the minutes? Seconder for the minutes? Jules, thank you. Carried. Okay, I think at this time, we have a couple things on the supplementary agenda, so I need a motion to accept the supplementary agenda. Jules? A seconder?
Just Linda, if I can ask, what were the items for the supplementary? I didn't see anything.
Oh, she sent it out late. The election for the chair. And there was another thing that came up at the last minute that she needed approval on was the browse aloud for the computer. They just sent her the information on it. She needs to get it back to them PDQ. So those were the two things.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I didn't see any of that. So
Okay, yeah.
They weren't added to the agenda. They just came up maybe like a couple hours before.
Yeah.
They weren't, can we just include those in supplementary in the meeting minutes, Brian, or do we have to put them in?
No, I would recommend that that wouldn't be supplementary. Just bring it up in new business.
New business? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because it wasn't posted online, if anything, it should be brought up in new business.
Okay, I'll put that in new business then and redirect it. So supplementary agenda adoption, we don't have anything for it then.
Okay.
So Linda, we'll just do that part at the end.
Yeah, okay, the chair report was on your thing. There's been nothing new happening with me. I just be on call for, thankfully Denise is back in the office again after being off Christmas a week and then COVID a week. So we're doing this, so things are moving along. So we're just trying to keep everything up to date with all that's going on. So do I need to make a motion for that report, or can we do one at the very end for everything?
I just do one to accept it, except like the individual.
Yeah, individual report, okay. Need a motion to accept my report. Discussion? Approved? Jules, thank you. Paul, thank you. Treasurer's report. Paul?
Denise, can I ask you to screenshot the treasurer's report?
Sure.
Please, it might be a little easier to follow.
Okay, just give me 1 second here. So that way I can bring it up.
I believe everybody's got a copy in front of them, but I just thought it might be a little easier to
Yeah,
follow along.
it is. Thank you.
I'm just going to pull it up here. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know if you can see this. Can you see these ones here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
KPMG report.
Perfect. Paul, do you want to start there and then I'll work its way down, or do you want to start at?
There it is. There it is. That's fine.
That's this
Yeah.
one here.
Okay, so for the period ending December 31st, the operating account stood at $44,346.96. Outstanding checks on the detail page of $518.36 left us a balance in the operating account of $43,828.60. The reserve account of $67,332.30. A little bit of interest of $97.21 gave us a total of $67,429.51. the outstanding receivables, and that's on the detail page which you have. The WFCU share capital patronage shares, $85.60, $10. The petty cash stood at $545. Our prepaid expenses and deposits of $2,694.87 gave us a total of current assets of $114,652.98. Current outstanding Tecumseh dollars of $48,065. Liabilities and equity of $66,587.98, giving us again a total of for liabilities and equity of $114,652.98. And you'll see that we did receive our fourth quarter levy in December 31st of $32,860. So total levy given for 21 of $131,860. Any questions in that regard? Comments? Concerns? Discrepancies? Anything that's noticed? That's my report, Madam Chair.
Any questions in the report thus far?
I do, to Paul, just regard, not anything on our, the month-end financials, but just regarding the KPMG audit piece. We've got the attachment, there, the summary of uncorrected misstatements. I'm, guessing that there was $795 that wasn't properly accounted for. Is that what that report is? I'm just not 100% sure of exactly what that is.
Denise, you could probably speak to that better than I can.
Is this the page you're looking for here?
Yeah,
Yes.
that one.
I can double check with them what all of this means, but that 795, I believe that that's an amount in the spreadsheet that's unaccounted for. So that's to all of the Tecumseh dollars in, like, say, for example, 2017. In our spreadsheet, those serial numbers weren't listed properly within the spreadsheet. And when we get them back in-house, we can't properly account for them because before in the past, in the year 2017, they weren't logged in properly. So that's the amount of money that's not logged in properly in the spreadsheet. So that's like unaccounted for dollars, which at the end of the year, we take a hit for it because if we can't locate them, then that becomes a liability issue on our end. So there's a lot, this is what I was trying to speak to in our Tecumseh dollar meeting previously. There's a lot of issues when it comes to this giant spreadsheet, especially if multiple people take over it. I wasn't here back then, so they're not accounted for properly, but to this day, we're still getting those dollars in from previous years. And if we can't find them in the spreadsheet and locate them to allocate for them, then it becomes a liability issue for us to date from years prior. So that's kind of saying to date, that's the loss, that's the hit that we're taking right there for the Tecumseh dollar spreadsheet.
So is the 795, a question on my part, the 795, is it an outstanding amount until those dollars are collected or spent?
That's the amount that we have on our unaccounted spreadsheet that we have accounted for that aren't located. So that's a hit that we're taking, if that makes sense, if I'm explaining it properly.
Why does it go back to 2017 as opposed to current?
Those dollars that were sold in 2017 weren't properly accounted for in our Tecumseh dollar spreadsheet, but to this day, people can still use their dollars from previous years. So whoever purchased those dollars in 2017 and spent them this year, that's a cost that we paid out this year for those dollars that were purchased back then. If that,
So that's only reflective of what they brought in 2021.
yes, so that's just reflective of the unaccounted dollars that we collected in 2021 that we paid out for. There's in KPMG audits in the past, you'll notice different amounts for previous years as well that were accounted for within that year. But I spoke a little bit to Kevin from KPMG about that because I was also confused and he was trying to explain it to me as well. But those dollars, once they're not logged in properly, you'll never be able to account for them. It's hard because you can't locate who bought them, when they bought them. You only know how much they purchased, and those dollars can be spent. You could buy Tecumseh dollars now, and if the Tecumseh dollars program goes on 5 years from now, you could spend them within those 5 years, right? So,
So is that a dollar loss on the BIA's part, or is that a paper loss?
I can double check with him, but I believe it's a loss on our end.
A
But
dollar loss?
what's that?
A dollar loss, the $7.95, because it's not accounted for, even though they were paid for, right, through the participant.
Right. They were paid for and we paid them out for it, but we can't locate those dollars within the spreadsheet. So they were redeemed and we paid them out for it because we have to. But when I go to log those into the spreadsheet, I can't find them. That's the
So not necessarily a loss of sorts, but more of,
like a paper
yeah, just it's
trail of loss.
it's an accounting.
Yeah, nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so just that being said, what do we know? And you might not have the information right now, and we can get it after, but would you know what our total outstanding Tecumseh dollars are, out there that we're liable for right now?
It depends on which year. Like, you want overall between when we started this program to now, or just for,
Yeah, I mean, we have to at some point have some accounting of what our liability is out there right now. So I'm just wondering, do we have 30,000 worth of unredeemed Tecumseh dollars, or what that number really is?
I can get it for you in about 2 minutes if you
No,
want.
that's fine. Yeah. So even an email
Yeah.
later on, I was just wondering, what that number is, so we have an idea.
Do you want it for all of the years together or just for 2021?
I think all of all time, right?
All time?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that. It'll take me a couple seconds. I have it all tallied up. I just have to add together all of the years.
Wait, you can do it. I'm sure Brian said, okay, can she do it like in the morning and send it to you?
Yeah, that's fine. I just,
Yeah.
you don't have to do it right now, but I think at some point we just want to know,
Yeah.
what are we liable for out there? Because that's something that eventually we're going to have to pay.
Okay. I'll
Thank
make
you. Any other questions on the report?
Well, according to my report, and to your point, Brian, my report states the current outstanding is $48,065. But what amount is it that you're after?
I'm just wondering what our liability, our Tecumseh dollar total liability is.
Oh, in its entirety.
Yeah, in its entirety, right?
Okay, understood. Okay. All right, thank you. Any other questions on my report? Oh, you guys are way too quiet.
All in favor of accepting the report?
Oh, sorry. I'm just going to do this that way I can.
Are we ready?
There you go. Thank you.
Sandra, Jessica, thank you. A move, approved, thank you. Thanks, Paul.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Okay. We okay?
Yeah. So I'll go on to the coordinator's report.
Okay.
So the coordinator's report, the financials have stayed the same for the past couple of months. I'm working on trying to find a way that we can sell off our non-refundable amount to Windsor Rock Gym for the $295. And the Beach Grove Golf and Country Club, we still have our deposit there for our Christmas party. Again, I have no idea how this year is going to be. Hopefully we can have a Christmas party this year and we can finally use our deposit from 2020. But if not, then I can try and see what I can do there to get that back. But because they haven't specified that it's non-refundable. HST rebate, there's nothing at this time. Membership statistics, we do have a new member in the Tecumseh BIA called Creation First Limited. They're located in the Zayres Plaza. They're right next to the BMO and Authentic Hair House there. It's a creation place. Cremation Place. And the members preparing to open Villa Fongs and Bourbon, they're connected. They're in the same plaza there, Torino Plaza and Banquet Hall. Their grand openings are to be determined, but it looks like they're wrapping up pretty soon, which is exciting. New Earth Wellness, they're located at 152 L'Esperance Road. They officially open in March, and we're working now on a grand opening for them. On the cannabis side, they're open now, but they were going to have a grand opening back in December when they opened, but because of COVID, they've decided to wait until the spring. And I'm also working with them on a grand opening as well. Current status and total numbers of members by sector. Last month, December 2021, we were at 630, and to date, we're at 631. Members in total that can vote. Last month was 630, and this month it's 631. We don't have any new associate members besides the two most recent ones within the past year, which is Moni Hair Boutique and One Source Moving Solutions. They're very active within our BIA, which is great. And hopefully after today, when we establish membership committee members, we can figure out a way to approach new members for our associate program within the Amy Croft area, since it's been developed a lot more since the last time we visited over there. In social media, from last month to this month, we went from 2,056 followers on Facebook, 1,085. So each month it keeps climbing up, which is great. And our online giveaways help with that. Instagram is currently still disabled. It's been almost 2 months. The only reason I haven't made a new Instagram is because we had a lot of history and a lot of connections on our old one. And if I can get that back, I would love to keep that old profile. I don't know why Instagram disabled it, or if a hacker out there got into it, but I would hate to lose all of that history that we had. But when February rolls around and I still don't have it back, I will be making a new one, because members have contacted us that was a huge resource for them to reach out to us. And it was a great tool for the BIA.
Just a question on that though. How are you going about getting that back? Like, what are you waiting for? What's happening in February that will make you get that back?
So Facebook gives you, or not, Facebook and Instagram are connected. They're owned by the same company.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no customer service via phone call.
Yeah.
No customer service via email. Only thing that we can do is send them a report through the Instagram webpage that we are a legitimate place. There's so many bots that are on Instagram that they don't believe anybody's real anymore. So I think they may have mistook our page for being like a spam page, because I share other businesses' posts to our story. I think that's why we got disabled, but I've been trying to send them up to date like invoices that we have here to show them that we're real. And I've been sending them well over probably 30 at this point. Once a day, I keep sending them stuff. I haven't heard anything back. Usually there's a 3-week ban. So I was taking into account, we got disabled halfway through December. So I was going to wait for halfway through January, and we still don't have it back. So that's why I was going to wait till the beginning of February to kind of make that call. Because if we do start a new one back up and build all of that, and then we get our old one back, well, now we've got like 2, and it just becomes messy. So I just wanted to wait and give it like maybe another couple of weeks until we make that big decision, because it's a big job to create and build a whole new platform. So it's very unfortunate. It really sucks that happened, because like I said, it was a great tool for us to learn what's new in our and a lot of our businesses use Instagram. But moving on from that too, I'm trying to work on upcoming giveaways for 2022, but until we establish something with the Tecumseh dollars, I can't really do much. The Windsor Star Holiday Guide was reprinted and redistributed after the mishap that happened there. We ordered new light displays for the BIA parquet. And our big Tecumseh dollar holiday draw in December wrapped up. I went out and filmed 20 different businesses, and they all wanted to get involved, which is fantastic. A lot of new ones, a lot of old ones. a lot of people that didn't normally get involved with us got involved, which is great to see. And the videos were of them giving away a sum of $1,000. I don't know if you guys saw them, but it brought a lot of people to our page and a lot of people to their pages too, to see what products, services, and sales they had going on for December for Christmas. So overall, it was a really great success. And we gave away our $1,000 to 3 people who were very, very grateful. Our Christmas themed corporate dollars, we gave those away, sold those, some of them in December. We partnered with Tecumseh Recreation Services to give away the $500 Tecumseh for their holiday lights program that they did, which was also a huge success. The community loved that. And the winners of our Gallery Without Walls banner contest, we still have 5 people that haven't picked up their posters. They've been sitting here for almost a year, trying to get a hold of them. And to this day, we continue to share posts on our social media, well, what we have right now, Twitter and Facebook, and we keep our website up to date with everything that's going on here. And that's it from the coordinator's report.
Okay, Denise, I have a question.
Yeah.
The Christmas corporate dollars that we had printed out,
Yes.
what do we have left?
So we only sold, I believe, 500 from that. So we still have $1,500 left.
Okay, what are we going to do with those? Are we going to put them into the, like divide them up into the next draw? Or like put them in the general? I know they've got Christmas themes on it, but I really don't think any people were gonna care. Andrew?
Thank you, Chair. Yep. Actually, through you to Denise, with respect to the Instagram issue.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, sorry. That was
No,
my
go
question.
ahead.
So
Go ahead.
So I understand we've received no response at all, and I understand what you were saying about not wanting to lose our history. I look at our neighbors in Lakeshore. It wasn't a hack, but they didn't have control over their Twitter account, and they had to start from scratch. But what they did do is they were able to invite people from the old to the new. So I guess my question, my honest feeling is they're not going to be responsive anytime soon. So if we want a presence, we ought to establish a new one and just work on the rebuild. But is there a barrier to securing our old handle? Is that or something comparable that you know of?
Yeah, we could do something comparable. It's weird because I know that they only disabled it. It hasn't been deleted because every time I try and log on with our old handle, it says that it's being used by somebody else. So I know our page isn't taken down. It's only disabled. That's why I haven't created a new one. And I'm trying to wait it out to see when our ban is lifted. Because every time it keeps saying that our handle is being used by somebody else, it clearly means that it's us and it's not actually deleted. So, I mean, I can do a very similar handle and make a new one, but this is why I was waiting it out. If it didn't pop up that notification saying that that handle was being used by somebody else, I would have just assumed that it was deleted overall and I would have made one right away. But the only reason I didn't is because I got that notification. So it clearly means that it's still a live page out there. It's just probably sitting in honestly, it's probably sitting in an inbox somewhere for a Facebook or Instagram employee waiting to get to that case number to figure out if we're a bot or not. But by the time they get there, it'll probably be July. So
Okay.
I don't know. We might have to bite the bullet on this one and just make a new one, but it's just unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's really my feeling. And then even if we do regain access to the old, then make whatever decisions we need about consolidation. Yeah, my history with similar circumstances is not good for recovery, and I'm feeling just let's just rebuild.
Yeah, might as well. And we can throw up some of the stuff that we had on there before, but like I said, it was a great tool for us. And a lot of people nowadays are moving on to Instagram as opposed to Facebook. And it's more up to date content and feed. And that's where I got a lot of the information as to who's closing, who's moving, who's new. And a lot of people reached out to us on Instagram too. So,
but by rebuilding, is there any risk associated? Like, is this going to happen again? I'd hate to see all the work go into this and we restart. And then is there any way to protect it so that doesn't happen?
I don't know. I have no idea if there's a way to do that or not. I think my honest feeling is I think we got disabled because they thought we were a spam account because I shared posts from other businesses to our story. And I think maybe Instagram caught wind of that and thought I was, like a scammer account and not really realizing what we're here for. Like I would promote a couple of stories every day of people who had sales or moving or whatever news was going on. But if we start up a new Instagram account, that means I can't do that because I can't run the risk of losing it again. So if people tag me and stuff, I'm just going to have to say, sorry, like I can't share your story because I know you want me to share stuff, but I can't for the risk of us losing it. So we're just going to have to not be able to do Instagram stories. Some days I wouldn't even post much and it would give me a warning. So because we were a business, not a person. So when they see that, they think it's like a scam account or like a spam account or anything like that, or an Instagram bot and not actually, a person. But that's the sucky part about social media. I don't think there's any way to protect it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Denise. Okay. Thanks, Andrew. Getting back to the Christmas themed corporate dollars. What do we want to do with the remainder? Put them back in the general fund? Doesn't really matter because even though it's got Christmas trees or wreaths on them, they're still worthy of being spent.
Save it for next Christmas.
Pardon?
Save it for next Christmas.
Save them for next Christmas?
Why not?
Okay, doesn't matter to me. Brian?
Or maybe if somebody comes in and wants to buy them dollar for dollar, I mean, we can sell them then, right? If somebody wants them, or hold them till next Christmas, but
Okay, we can do that. I just want to put it out there. So we'll just stick them in an envelope, Denise, and put Christmas on them. So, okay.
They'll still work as good.
Yeah. Okay, the next is council report.
Linda,
Yes.
can I just get a motion to accept my
All
report?
right. All in favor of accepting Denise's report? We've had discussion. Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Linda, if
Yes.
I can just clarify, we've always got to get a mover, a seconder,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then approval.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Right, no problem. So,
Okay.
I mean, I'll move it. Yep,
Okay.
Paul seconds it. And
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
You guys are just so agreeable. Okay, council report. Andrew, Brian, batter up.
Yeah. Actually, this will be pretty quick. We haven't had a whole lot of business, but one item that we've tackled has been the Lakeshore Tecumseh Economic Development study. So we had a consultation on that a few weeks ago. So that was an interesting exercise. We discussed the fact that we've got 3 different business districts between the Amy Croft area and Tecumseh. So we're destined to get back anytime a draft report. BI might already have it in hand, but there's a draft report that should be making its way anytime on recommendations for broadening economic development and partnering with a Lakeshore and the Amy Croft area for an improvement to our local economic development. So that's definitely inclusive of commercial and hospitality and professional services. So that's forthcoming. We have met since our most recent BIA meeting. We've only met once. That was January 11th. I understand. Yeah, I see the attachment. We have December 14th, but we were able to cover that last meeting. So January 11th, we had just only a couple of reports. First being an existing commercial property actually within our BI boundaries, 165 Shane, used to be an auto body shop. So the owner just asked to have the lot severed the auto body shop converted into something that's a bit more of a professional use with less square footage. So something that's more of a professional office. So town council was agreeable. So we'll see a new housing or a new house being built on the one lot, and the former auto body shop converted into really it'll end up being a home occupation of some kind. So that'll be that's been approved. We're still in the appeal period if anybody wishes to appeal to the Ontario Land Tribunal. So that it may not be a completely done deal. It still has to go to the county as well. But that decision was made. Also, there's the let's see, and I'm just looking at my list, not really relevant to the BIA for some of this stuff. And then we also had a meeting about the town's digital strategy. So it was more of a brainstorming session in which members of council were asked, well, what's your vision for how we'll use electronic resources and work with the community to deliver services. So anyway, we had a good discussion on that, and it was we're going to get some information back on that, and then in the near future. Undoubtedly, there will be some stakeholder consultations. I would say if the BIA wishes to provide comments with respect to the municipal digital services or anything that you'd like to see the municipality automate or go move to an electronic format, it's an ideal time to make those submissions because it's something that can be put into the queue, subject to the relative value of everything else. But, just hearing the feedback and understanding what might be found to be of value could very well positively influence the process. So that's an opportunity available right now to offer those comments. Just noting the package too that's on the agenda. There was the announcement of the circuit breaker. So this was issued in response to the Omicron variant of COVID-19. In a nutshell, the end result is all services to the municipality are available just from a regulatory perspective or a service-based perspective, but just not in person. But you can do things via email or phone by making specific appointments, etc. So it's a bit more cumbersome, but it's not a loss of service that's intended. It's just to protect staff and members of the public from the spread of Omicron. So as part of that, some of our recreational facilities got additional restrictions put on them. For example, no spectators at the arena. In the end, this was superseded by the provincial edict that facilities be kind of effectively taken out of service while the contagion continues to grow. Anyway, that's what had happened there. I did see some feedback that there was a bit of a misunderstanding, thinking it was a closure of services, which it was not. It was simply that it won't be face-to-face as a public health precaution. And yeah, I suppose that sums it up. And happy to take any questions.
Anybody?
Brian, I have one question. Or sorry, Andrew. I was sent a survey for the digital strategy. Do you guys have that posted online somewhere that I can also share to socials? If you want me to share to socials, so that way you guys can get more hits on it. I shared it via email to our members, but I don't know if
I mean, the town's Facebook page does have it linked, so okay. We do have it, but I can certainly provide you with the link if you wish.
Okay, I just don't know if that would help you guys if you wanted us to post it on ours too to get kind of like double the traction or share it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Thank you for prompting it. Because what has been published by the town is actually an online virtual workshop to be held Thursday, January 27th at 6:30. And so that there is a registration with a Zoom link. Maybe what I'll do, just I know anybody watching this won't be able to see it, but I'll put the link in our chat so that we can republish as the BIA. So I'll put it there in our chat, and ideally for anybody watching, we'll be able to see that. But it's also on the Town of Tecumseh's Facebook page. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we've also extended nominations for community awards. So we did not receive submissions for a number of our awards that we give out every year. So the Dr. Henri Bro Community Excellence Award, the Donnie Massender Memorial Volunteer Award, Senior of the Year Award, and Youth of the Year Award. So those nominations are open until February 28th. If in your circle, you know of any individual who might be suitable for those awards. So basically the Henri Bro is anyway, the criteria are on the website, but generally one is a substantial body of impact. That's the Henri Bro. Henri Bro was the gentleman who invented the prescription cap, the childproof one. And the Donnie Massender Volunteer Award is for a very committed volunteer serving the community who must be a citizen or a resident of Tecumseh. So that's the caveat. There are a lot of people who are activists and help our community, but they don't live here, so they don't meet the criteria, which pains me, but it is what it is. So anyway, I'll leave it there.
Thank you.
Brian?
Thank you, Linda. And Denise, to your point there, and I know Andrew had mentioned it, but the survey and the information for the digital strategy, it's on the town's landing page, Town of Tecumseh, right? Or tecumseh.ca. There is the banner right there on the town's website, and the play speak and the digital strategy can be accessed there as well. So.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, do we have a acceptance of the council report as given? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Next is marketing committee report.
We didn't have a motion for that.
I'm sorry.
We didn't have a motion for that. Motion and a seconder for the two meetings, the council report.
Andrew, would you like to make a motion to accept your report?
Sure.
Okay. All in favor of accepting the report? Opposed? Carried.
I'll be seconder.
Thank you. Okay, moving right along. Committee reports, the marketing committee. In this is included the Tecumseh dollars, but we also said that at this meeting tonight, we would try to establish members of the marketing committee. So we need at least 3 or 4 people to come on the committee. Helps deal with social media, outstanding marketing promotions, the swag, work closely with the events committee. And this is, I'm going to throw the Tecumseh dollars into this one as well. So is anybody interested on sitting on the marketing committee rather than being assigned? Sandra?
Can I make a suggestion of,
Sure.
Madam Chair?
Sure.
Instead of lumping all of those things together, because we might have time to work on a few of those, but not on all of those.
Right. I'm just going by what was previously given to me that was done under the past executive. So sure, we can divide them up because some have got not much and others have got a lot. Like, the governance, when you sat on governance, there was a lot with that one too. So sure, we can move that along.
So I wasn't aware that the committees changed, so I was waiting for somebody to join me on governance
Sure.
instead of sitting by myself.
Oh, no, you will be. That's on this one. I'm taking this from the, from what Candace had, the committees of responsibilities and the members. And yeah, there was three, Candace, myself, and Paul sat on the marketing. And then Jessica and Scott were on membership, and Jessica's the only one there right now. And then beautification was Paul and I, because Candace is gone. And events was Joe, and he's gone, and Leo, and Candace, and she's gone. And governance was you and Joe and Jim, and they're both gone. So yeah, we need new members to fill in these spaces. And again, we all work together on this. We just need to know who to go to if an issue comes up. But no, like when we had the marketing meeting the other night or the other day, it was great because there was a lot of us there and we had a great input of ideas and just something to grab and run with. So you don't, however you want to do it, if you want to volunteer for these committees, yeah, we definitely need some with governance, like you said, because we've got to finish the MOU and do the strategic plan. And so we do need people on that one as well. Events is usually the entire board working with the coordinator for the events committee, because it's usually like we did before the night markets and the Fall into Health Day and big events like that where we need the entire board. Beautification, we're kind of like on hold right now, waiting for things to start happening with the CIP. But streetscaping, I know Leo mentioned that the last time about the planters and the bike racks, we've got those out, but until we find out exactly where, I think Brian or Andrew, you mentioned about it's going to start like on the corner of Les Bronson to come and go north towards the tracks, the first part of it that's going to be dug up. So bits and pieces, but we need people on all of these committees. So if you want to let me know later, we can send out an email to the entire board as to what's involved in each of these committees. I'm more than happy to go that route. I just want to make you aware that that's what we need. I think at the last previous meeting, RGM, I know that Travis and Eddie were very gung-ho about associate memberships in the plaza over in the Sobeys Plaza that way, because they know these guys that work in food, they know everybody that's around town and all that stuff. So we can certainly wait, and we'll put this out to you via email, and we get a reply back, and we'll run from there. Jules?
May I suggest, Madam Chair, that maybe our coordinator sends out an email with the committees and the responsibilities, and we have, say, till before the next meeting, or we have a week or whatever to say what we would like to volunteer in.
No problem.
Like we did last time.
Sure.
I think that's what we did last time.
Yeah, I think she tried that last time, and then I know people got put on the committees if they hadn't responded or trying to divvy things out. But no, I'm perfectly happy with that. That's great. Up to you. I think Sandra, I don't know if you're talking to me or not. You were muted.
I was. Yeah, I was. Is there a suggestion as far as how many committees we should be on?
Pardon me?
Is there a suggestion or recommendation? Like, should we be on 2? Like, I guess.
Well, we were I was just going by what was done from the last executive, and other than the Candace and Paul and I, it was like one person on each one. But no, we can be on a couple of committees.
Okay.
Like I said, we draw from everybody. When we've got something big going on, we call in everybody, so that no one or two people are left with all the work. But we need like a little steering committee for each committee, and then we'll draw from the rest of the board. So.
Can we have a minimum of like 3 people on a committee so that if somebody leaves, we're not by ourselves again?
Sure, no problem. Yep. I don't think there's any hard and fast rules as to how many people we have on each committee, because I know Candace's name was on every one of these, and Paul's and mine and all that stuff. And then we lost members during this time that I'm reading off of. But yeah, no problem. So we'll do as was suggested. Denise will send out a description of the committees, the description of what's involved in the committees, and what you'd like to volunteer for.
And a
Um,
deadline.
a lot of these things, you know, like right now, the events committee is not going to be doing much, but if we need help on something else, then we'll pull, you know, from there to everybody's input. So yeah, thanks, Jules. That was good. Okay. Everybody okay with that?
Mhm.
Yep, that's fine. Mhm.
Okay.
And if I would suggest too, if you're on committee two currently that you don't want to be on and want to change.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a time where you can switch committees if you don't want to be on a certain one. That way we can kind of revamp them. So I don't know if anyone is on a committee right now that they just realized wasn't for them.
Hey, I'll gladly join the events
I know
committee.
Jules is jumping at that one.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
knew
but
you'd
the
like that one,
events-
Jules.
What's that?
I knew you'd like that one.
Yeah. Okay, we'll
In case you
continue
want to
then
jump
to-
ship.
We'll continue now with the marketing committee. A lot of this stuff has already been talked about, but the Eyes on Tecumseh, 9 features were completed in 2021. And Denise has reached out to Eric to provide him with more businesses for the coming up in 2022. And we'll be using the grant received by the Windsor Chamber of Commerce, Windsor Essex Chamber of Commerce to proceed with funding this campaign. The holiday guide that we received before Christmas, we weren't very happy with, and we lodged our concerns and they reprinted. So Andrew, you were definitely included in the second time around. Sorry that, but they had all the information. They just didn't use it all. But it did come back much nicer. Denise has already gone through the social media that we've had. The Tecumseh BIA swag, that's another thing. It's still sitting in our storeroom. We've got to come up with a way to get it out. Like right now, it's not very feasible because we're not allowing anybody, no walk-ins, but Denise?
I just had something to touch on that. It'll be in, it kind of coincides with Tecumseh's 100th anniversary celebrations that I have in new business. But just to touch on that for you guys, I've been in contact with Carrie Rice from the town because there's lots and lots and lots of possibilities and opportunities for the Tecumseh BIA to get involved with Tecumseh's 100th anniversary. So her and I have been going back and forth on different ways to get involved in that. And I did mention that if they do have COVID pertaining, an event where people can come and show up and whatnot, that we set up like a booth there. The Tecumseh BIA sets up a booth wherever the celebration may be. And maybe on behalf of the Tecumseh BIA, we can give away a portion of our swag to people and also have it kind of be like an information booth about what the BIA is. And if, you know, the public wants to come up to us and ask us questions or give us some input on ideas of things that we could do, we could, you know, make our presence be known there and give away some swag there because we do have boxes and boxes and boxes of it. And that would be a good way to give away swag, as well as at our mural reveal, whenever that's going to be. So, I mean, there's different ways that we can do it. And then also if the membership committee wants to approach associate members in the Amy Croft area and bring our swag with them, just to kind of give them a little swag bag, let them know who we are and what we do, and have some information inside about the Tecumseh BIA. Those are just 3 different ways that I've tried to brainstorm that we could kind of get this stuff pushed out there because people are asking about it. I made a post like in the summer when we got this last year, and people have been like calling about it and asking about it, businesses and the public. So it's a good thing that we could use Carrie Rice and the town to kind of help push that a little bit if you guys are open to that.
Good. Sounds
Just-
like a plan.
It's up to you guys.
Well, that idea is great, saving some for the 100th anniversary, because I know there's a whole lot of things going on that weekend for the 100th. So yeah, well, and the idea of approaching new businesses as associate memberships and as new businesses is a good way to get it out there as well. Unfortunately, COVID has tied our hands with a lot of these things, but we're raring to go whenever we get started up again. So. Okay, and I hope you all saw our new Christmas ornaments out at the Parquet. They were there and got a lot of comments on those. And thankfully, I forget the gentleman's name, there's so many of them, but at the Parks Department, they're allowing us to store our Christmas decorations up top the at Lakewood Golf Course, Lakewood Park where we used to keep our golf clubs up top. So they're letting us store everything there in the pro shop upstairs from the pro shop. So that was very nice of them. I don't know if they've been taken down yet or not.
I don't believe
I
so.
haven't looked. I haven't been out. So, okay.
I
The
think
membership.
Andrew and Brian had a
Oh,
question.
sorry.
Andrew, I'll let you go ahead. It's probably the same thing I'm going to say.
Yeah, I suspect so. So just be aware. We do have a tenant moving in there, so I don't know how long I did. This is the first we've heard of it, I think. So just I know there's a tenant going in there as a food service. So I don't know what the long-term vision is for the building, but just be forewarned.
Yeah, because we got clearance well before, like when we ordered them, we got clearance for it. But Denise, maybe you can check on that to see if they're also renting the upstairs. So we don't want to lose that.
I didn't see them. How big are they?
The gingerbread man and the Tinkerbell wings are probably about 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then we have the big feathers, which I believe are 7 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering if some of that could have fit in the garage at the office there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's check to see if they're renting out the upstairs loft at Lakewood. And if not, then Sandra will keep you in mind as well. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. And I would say thank you, Sandra. I think likely, we should be able to find town or space, within the town's properties for some of that. But if Paul or Casey would have said, hey, this is fine, I'm guessing they would be aware, but depending on what that timing was, we know we've got that new tenant moving in, and I know that they are going to be doing some renovations, food, burgers, fries, ice cream, sandwiches, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be opening in the spring. Not sure the exact date, but looking forward to that. So
is it going to be seasonal, or is it going to be open all year round?
I think at this point seasonal, but I think he does have intention, getting out of the pandemic, possibly looking at something, longer term throughout the year. But I think right now just season related.
Okay, thank you. Andrew, was that your suggestion too? Okay, thank you. Membership report, again, we'll send out all the committee information to everybody to see what they want to do. We've already talked about brainstorming on Tecumseh Proud swag and how to reach members in the Lakeshore business area. So we'll move along from that one. Beautification report. We're still waiting on, Denise, did you send those off to Laura?
I sent Laura. I was informed too that they've got their own legal documents that they're working on for their murals.
Okay.
So they could probably help us out with ours.
Okay.
Process. So
Ryan, that was your suggestion at the last meeting, I think in November or December. So we've done that. So we're just waiting to make sure that our legalese is good.
Yep. No, and I did speak with Laura. She mentioned that they are working on a draft, right? Okay. So once that draft is complete, they'll share it, with us, with the BIA.
Okay.
To use. So.
Okay. And we still need ideas, guys, on what we can have on the murals. The Tecumseh Proud with the name is wonderful, but we need more interaction within the letters itself, rather than the church steeple and a couple cobs of corn and a teepee. We need more involvement within those letters. One, we want to be interactive so that we can still look up things, but we need your input as to what we can actually put on that, on those two murals. So
just to touch on that too, Linda, just so you guys know, we had $40 left over from our donation budget last year. So I just posted something small on our social media to see if the public wants to get involved and feel part of this too, because this is their mural too.
Yeah.
It's not, ours, it's a community piece. So I asked people on our Facebook page, on Twitter, what their ideas were via email for symbols that remind them of Tecumseh and what Tecumseh is to them. And we did get some new suggestions, and we got some old ones that we already had thought about, like corn, the skate park, the lake, stuff like that. But we are getting some new ones, which is good.
Good.
But of course, we're open to new stuff.
Yeah. Brian?
Through you, the themes that we've had of the banners, right, over the last couple of years,
Mhm.
it might be good to go back and look at, what our themes were. And we may have scanned copies. Do we have electronic copies of what was submitted?
Mhm.
That may be a good resource for us to maybe pull from, or even hand to Dirks to say, hey, here's some themes and stuff, like what did Tecumseh mean to you, for
Good.
him to brainstorm as an artist of
Good
what
idea.
we've had come together.
Good idea.
And our theme this year too is Tecumseh's 100th. So when we do get some submissions, if it's around the same time we're doing the mural, maybe we can pull some from there and use those. Since that's going to be our literal theme this year. So that might be a good idea. It just depends on the timeline, but I do like that suggestion. I'll look in the file folder and see what I can pull. But that's another idea. That's good.
Mhm.
Okay, moving along on this, next on the committee's plans for the future discussion. We've got wayfinding signage up here, and I was sure that months ago, I made a motion at one of the meetings that we take this off our agenda. We checked with Shane because he has his on, I think is it Manning and Tecumseh Road? And he had to jump hoops with the government, and it was very expensive to put it up. And I thought because of the CIP, we were just going to hold back and wait. No, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right. It does come to mind when you said that, because it was such an outstanding ask that we weren't sure we were going to be able to achieve it. But you are right, Linda, in your memory.
Okay, so do I need a motion to take this off the recurring agendas? Or can we just strike it off?
I think I can just strike it off. No.
Okay.
Linda,
Yeah.
I do recall having the conversation, what we wanted to do as a, wayfinding sign. At this point, directing people to downtown Tecumseh, maybe. I'm just not sure what we would put in quite yet until we have, the CIP, more in a completed manner.
That
But
was that was my issue. That was my issue, Brian.
yeah, I see
Andrew?
Andrew's got his hand up.
Andrew?
Yeah, just a more of a note. So based on what Frank Brewing did, so that his signs are unrelated to the municipality. They're the function of the Highway 401's tourism and directional signage program. So there's specific criteria for those, but I believe the business owner must pay to maintain them at full cost, no matter how many signs are required to get to the location. So just, that program remains available to businesses in the community through the Ontario Ministry of Transportation. But so just for some background on that.
Yeah, thank you. But once the CIP is completed, it's always something that we can go back to if we need to. I would hate to have to spend the money now to resurrect a sign somewhere and have it have to be removed because of the CIP going through. So we'll just take that one off the agenda now for now.
Okay.
The bus shelter is still on the agenda. I have no idea where we are with that. I don't know. The garbage
It could
can
be
art. Sorry?
It could be a big project that we work on this year,
It
but
could be.
to the beautification.
Yeah. Okay, we can add that too. The garbage can art, the same thing as the benches and all that we were talking about. But again, we have to make sure the new sidewalks that they're going to put in are going to be wide enough to accommodate a bench, garbage cans, and still pedestrian walkways. And the bike racks, I believe they're all out and been put into the ground wherever they've been. I don't know. I don't think there's any left in at the yard. The other thing that Denise has got here is the rainbow sidewalk for Pride Week. My only concern about that is it's a great idea, but again, it's the CIP. We don't want to be paying big bucks to have something put down and then have it dug up again. So Maybe there's something else we can do for Pride Week when the time comes around. I don't know. Any suggestions? Okay.
If you guys can think of something, because that'd be something nice that we could do as a community just to show our support.
When is it?
So in June is Pride Month.
Okay.
So hopefully we can think of something before then that we could do just to kind of show the community that we support everybody and, you know, inclusivity. But it would just be something nice we could do as a small town to bring everyone together. If you guys are on board, it was just a suggestion I had. I don't know how you guys feel about it or what you want to do. But I saw other communities do it. Someone did it to their ice rink. And that was a huge thing. Someone did it to their entire street. They painted a bunch of like a mural on the street, a huge piece, and that was really nice. And they had their Pride Parade there, but we could just do something small. We're a small town. I mean, we can paint something somewhere or put up anything you guys want, banners, paint, but it would just be something nice that we could do. Any suggestions, Andrew?
Andrew?
Yep. Thank you, Chair. So I know this is something that, typically the municipality, will fly a flag on request. So we fly the Franco-Ontarian flag. I'm sure if the Pride flag were something that were requested, that we would fly it. So I guess I just want to take a look at, scope creep. It just translating those just various activities back to the business community. I'd say any activities that you wish to do to be focused, ought to be inclusive of the businesses. And their role to play and demonstrating, their commitment to the values of Pride.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll move along then to the governance committee, of which there's one member, Jules. So again, we'll send out the recommendations and the description of the committees. We still need one more meeting, I believe, to tie up the MOU before we can sit down with Marg and go through it all. So we will be sending that notice out hopefully in the next couple of days so that we can get this baby put to bed and get it taken care of. And make any corrections that we need to be addressed and all that. And then the other thing too is we need to sit down and work on the strategic plan for the next year. So those are things that are falling under the governance, but actually those things are big objects, a big topic. So we're probably pulling in who's ever available at this point. So any questions on the governance committee, Brian?
Maybe not a question, maybe more of a comment. And I think we've got a couple new members here, on the committee and strategic planning, right? Strategic direction. I think that's something which, there will be value in having it, in a separate meeting, for us to kind of brainstorm and do. We also mentioned a little bit earlier about the Tecumseh and the Lakeshore business or the economic development paper that's out. There's a lot of really good information in there, and I think I'm not sure where that report will end up, but there's some really good metrics and some really good information. So I'm just thinking at some point, and I'll speak to I'm part of the intermunicipal committee. I'm going to receive that report tomorrow night, and as Andrew had mentioned, Tecumseh Council is going to receive it next Tuesday. So there may be some things that'll come out of that which may have some implications or opportunities for the BIA in strategic direction. So I just wanted to mention that, as I think, if we go around the table and we ask everyone, what are the top three things you'd like to see the BIA doing, right? I think there may be 3 different answers from, nearly everybody on what that is. So, I think there's some value in, just discussing it as a group at some point and, coming up with, a strategic direction that we're all in agreement with, that, ties it back to the businesses and ensures that we are, being as efficient as effective with the levy dollars that were dealt with.
Good. Thank you. Good idea. Okay.
Just a motion to accept all those reports.
Yes. We have a motion to accept. Brian, opposed? Motion is seconded by Jessica, sorry.
Yeah.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Oh dear. Okay, I'll get this straight. My last group was easy peasy. Okay, the next on the agenda is the unfinished business. And that was the strategic plan for 2021 and 2022. So we've just about talked about that. So next under unfinished business or new business, do you want to is this where we do the election first before we get
Yes.
started?
So that would be where
Go
the
ahead.
supplementary addenda adoption would move to that then, because that's
Okay.
new business.
Okay, so do you want to take this?
Okay, so so I don't know if I have to do this part where I ask you all to state your name and place of business and a short description of yourself, or is that only if you get nominated?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's just for Brian.
Thank you. I know we've got 2 members which are missing. I don't know if, at this point, if we should, do that. I mean, if anybody wants to step up as chair, or vice chair, and please speak up or forever hold your peace. But I don't know if, Travis isn't here, Eddie isn't here. I haven't spoken to either of them. I don't know if they have aspirations or intentions for either of these positions, but just recognizing that they're not here, just putting it out there if we should maybe put this off to when they are, but
That's
they
a
may
good
not be
idea.
here next meeting as well, or we may miss a couple others, right? So
I agree, we should wait.
Yeah, I also agree.
Okay.
So no pressure, but I just wanted to put it out there on the table, right?
Thank you. Yep.
And maybe what we can do, Denise, is
Defer.
well, we can defer it, but I'm just thinking for the next meeting, if anybody wants to run, right, or anybody wants any of those positions, please, reach out to Denise or just really let her know your intentions. And then if, she hasn't heard from anybody and anybody's away next meeting, we're going to do a next meeting, right?
Okay.
Well, why don't we just say that from now, like the nominations are open. Just leave it at that. Nominations are open until the next meeting, and
Yep.
that's when, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay. Does that sound good to everybody?
Well, if you're gonna do nominations is one thing, but if you want to put your hat in the ring, I guess you have that opportunity also, to Brian's point.
Yeah,
Right, so whether you're gonna be nominated or whether you want to put your hat in the ring for whatever position, then I guess both sides of the voting process or the election process would be covered.
so it's the chair and vice chair that are open right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Or treasurer too, right? I don't know if Paul still wants treasurer, but
Well, it said, as far as the different positions are concerned, I mean, I'm not opposed to somebody that you want to run for treasurer or whatever the case may be, because it's a wide open process. So maybe all 3 positions.
Well, it's my understanding that it's only the chair position. And this coming October, when there's the municipal elections, is when we have our elections as well. So it's my understanding that it's only the chair's position. And
that's
at
right,
this-
because
I've been sorry,
because if we have a chair, then you go back to vice, right?
right, yeah,
Okay, yeah, so it's only the chair.
yeah.
Unless
you want to be chair.
unless you want to be chair, and then we need
Problem
to
solved.
have both.
I have no problem throwing my hat in the ring for the position of chair. So I've enjoyed it. It's only been a few months.
Oh, you're just getting warmed up, Linda. You're just
Yeah.
getting warmed up.
Just till the end of the year.
Paul, you want to be vice?
I'm going to mute.
Yeah.
Paul will do anything to get out of the treasurer position.
Oh, come on. Oh, okay, Paul or Brian, sorry.
Well, just that being said, I don't believe that, Travis or Eddie may want to, throw their hat in the ring for chair. And Linda, you have voiced your, what's the word here? You've expressed interest.
Intentions.
Yeah, your intention. So I'm fine with, I will nominate Linda as chair, for the BIA. And if anyone would like to second that.
I would like to second that.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we can wait and do a vice chair next meeting.
But didn't we already say we were going to wait for the other two? We ultimately don't know, and we can't assume.
Well, I
Correct.
don't think either of those two are going to want to be chair, quite
But we're
honestly.
assuming.
But
No, honestly, I don't think so either. I mean, I wouldn't either. First time on the board, and then you're already chair. But I've learned over the years that assuming is not the best route.
okay, and I'm fine with that, right? If
But they would still
mean-
have the ability to be vice anyways. Like I would think as a new member, I know that you probably see I look like a deer in headlights. I'm like, please, 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 not me, not me. I don't want to do this. So, yes, you want to take it, but I mean, they still have the opportunity to be vice chair too.
And in October, when our term is up, when our 4-year term is up, then it's open to anybody. All the 3 positions are open to anybody, everybody. Andrew?
That's only till October.
Yeah, well, actually, just on that, it would extend beyond October. Actually, it would go to the really if all is followed, you'd have your elections end of year at this, and concurrently with that, there's the request for nominations. So it would only be under the new, like the future council, the next council, that the appointments would even be considered. So that would be probably December at the earliest, but it would, ideally it would be tied in with when the BIA annual meeting happens so that the general membership can nominate the candidates that it wishes for town council to bring forward. So anyway, I'd say your term will go beyond October. It'll likely go into the new year.
Okay.
That's correct.
So what are we going to do, folks?
Well, I think we should wait, but I'm just one of many.
Okay, so then the original discussion we had was for Denise to send out an email to the board telling them that nominations are open for the position of chair and vice chair, and we need a reply.
Or interest.
Pardon?
Or your implied interest.
Interest,
or your
right.
not implied, but your
Okay, and we need to reply by the next meeting.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
see
so
any
just
issue with
clarify,
this.
can someone explain to me, like, if you get nominated and you don't want to do it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm letting all
No,
of you know, do not nominate me.
You can rescind. Sandra, don't get
I don't
nervous.
want
now,
it.
don't-
all you have to say, Sandra, is I respectfully decline.
Yes.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
practice those words, because I did as well. I respectfully decline.
Like, first motion, second motion, no.
I don't see any harm in
I'll learn,
waiting.
I'm definitely not ready for that.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
no harm in
So we'll
waiting a
wait.
month because it doesn't change anything functionally.
No, no.
It's just only title. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And the pay's the same, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so. Okay. Okay, under new business, topics under new business that was put on the agenda here is part-time / on-call office help for 2022.
That went into the Tecumseh discussion. So that was.
Yes, it did.
For then.
Yeah. However, Paul and I have not had a chance to sit down and talk about this to find out where anything like this would come about. It still has to be discussed a lot. I really think in that once we get the Tecumseh dollar stuff sorted out
Mhm.
and settled down, that a lot of your time that you're spending to take care of Tecumseh dollars will be alleviated. I
Yeah.
really do believe that, because I know that's been in the past. It's just that right now, we've never had that much, that many Tecumseh dollars out there. So at this time, I'm going to recommend that this be taken off the agenda. There's no money in the budget for this. We haven't talked about it. It has to be brought to the executive before it comes out to the board members. So if it's okay with you, we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Next thing is the 100-year anniversary. And I know that it was on, the flyer was sent out to everybody. There's packages that they sent out, the 100th anniversary celebration sponsorship levels. We do have the opportunity here to pick a package. Goes from $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 to $4,000. Now, maybe Andrew or Brian can explain something to me. Where it says platinum, I'm just taking this one, platinum, 9 packages available. Does that mean that they're only accepting from 9 people or businesses? So 9 people at $4,000 each. So that's like $36,000. Is that what they're saying? Okay. Okay. Have you all had a chance to go over the sponsorship package and what it entails, and the celebrations, the events, activities that they posted?
Side note too, Linda, I sent out an email to our membership
Right.
about these opportunities. A ton of businesses responded. So the numbers you see on there for the availability of gold, silver, whatever, those numbers have gone significantly down.
Okay.
They have maybe even sold out of some spots. So I can check Carrie Rice to see if there's spots available for us to get on there. But a lot of those spots have been bought up.
Yeah, I know because we did the silver sponsorship, she had told me that most of that stuff was sold out, but she said that they would find something to kind of do like what that silver sponsorship would do to replace what they were offering. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's great that a ton of people are buying it up. A ton of people I didn't even realize got our emails because I never hear from them, and they responded. And I'm like, oh, great. That's awesome. There's people out there wanting to be part of this. Jessica, like you guys being one of them, which is amazing. So I like that. That's awesome. Hopefully we can get on there.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying I hope we can get on there.
Yes. So as a BIA, our participation in this is we need it. We need to get out there and support the town. We're doing some stuff for our own for the town's 100th anniversary on our own. So I'm just wondering, do you have any thoughts as to which package we should look into? Paul?
Well, the first thing you need to do is to follow Denise's lead and find out exactly what packages are still available, if any.
Okay.
And then we can go from there in terms of what is available. Obviously the BIA needs to sponsor in some way, shape, or form. I mean, it's just we are the town. We are part of the town. I say that because obviously I also sit on the task force for the 100th anniversary. So I kind of committed you guys like weeks ago as far as doing something in terms of sponsorship. So let's find out what's available. And if something's not available that is suitable, then maybe Denise can create something with Carrie. But I would think like $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 is not out of the question.
No, right.
That we carry a substantial bank account, so I don't think we'd be remiss if we didn't do something.
Okay. You okay with that, Denise? You get a hold
No, that's good. That and setting up a booth for the BIA.
Oh, for sure.
I think that would be in our best interest. And if you guys want to come out to stand with me behind it and take some shifts or whatever, go for it. But the more face we show, I think the better. So
Denise, we would never stand behind, we'll always stand beside.
Stand beside.
Yes. I like that, Bob.
Yeah.
In front.
Okay, so once you find out what's available, you'll let us know, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I can call her tomorrow. I just got off the phone with her today. I should have asked then, but I'm sure she'll have more up-to-date numbers.
Okay, okay. And then can we send out an email to them once we find out what's available? Can we then just send out an email to all the board members to see which package they prefer?
Yeah,
And we'll go from there rather than waiting for another meeting?
yeah, for sure.
Does that sound like it would go on majority rules or whatever? I mean, we've got the money. You know, if we take it, you know, we've got the money there for doing this. So, and if we decide to go overboard, we can all, I mean, that's what the reserve is there, and we have to spend the money that's in, some of the money that's in the reserve, so.
Just as a suggestion, could we
yes.
not maybe kind of pick right now, like a 1, 2, 3, and pick our top 3 choices while we're all on
And then-
here?
And then see what's available?
Right, and then go
Okay.
from there. And then if our top, you know, our first choice isn't available, then move on to the second one. But at least you've got, you know, I fear that I'm going to get an email that I'm going to miss and not answer something that I should.
Okay, everybody okay with that? You've looked, Brian, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say kind of exactly what Sandra did,
Okay.
that, like, we can talk and discuss and say, you know what, if it's diamond, right, that, you know, or the platinum, you know, we just say, you know, pick either of these two, that's our preference, and, you know, please, I guess Linda and Paul, then, you know, defer the decision, or give you the direction to make
Okay.
that decision. Right, then we've made the decision out in the open. You know, we don't want to get into
Yeah,
emailing back and forth and making a decision which isn't open. So
okay.
just
If
provide
I-
direction for you guys to make it.
If I can ask, Jessica, you took the silver package? Is she still there?
Yeah,
Okay. What does
Yeah.
it mean for co-sponsor Waterfront Park parade? There's 4 before it. Any idea what that, Brian or Andrew, any idea what the numbers and brackets mean?
Like, as far as like I think the number next to it was how many they were offering, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. That's how
I
many
don't know.
spots they had available.
Mhm.
So how many spots?
Yeah,
I have?
Linda, the way I read it is there are 7 silver packages, but
Right.
as a silver package sponsor, you can choose one of those 4 things as the main sponsor. So, you know,
Oh.
you can sponsor the bike rally, right?
Okay.
Or the free swim, but you can't have both.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay.
I'll see if I
So,
can.
so in the diamond, right, you're sponsoring the opening ceremonies, the town hall and emergency services, public walkthrough and bike rodeo, or the pancake breakfast.
Okay. All right. So what do you want? What's your pleasure? We'll start. Paul, what do you think? Do you have
Paul's on mute.
your mute, Paul? Yeah, okay.
Sorry, pardon.
It's okay.
I would think the diamond and gold at the very least.
So we'll go, okay.
The platinum, I don't know if the platinum is available or not, but as far as the committee is concerned, I don't know if the 4,000 is a little on the heavy side, or do we just go platinum, diamond, and gold and see what's available?
Okay,
What do you guys think?
I'm in support of that. I think diamond or gold for sure, but
Okay.
it would be nice if we could do the platinum. If we have the money to do it, it would be nice to support, you know, just to the town, the businesses, everything, just show it, you know, it's a
sure,
very prominent.
good, okay.
I agree.
Jessica?
Is she there?
No.
Sorry, yeah, no, I think that's good. I've got a new member joining with
Oh,
me right
hi,
now, so.
So your first choice would be diamond, the second would be gold, and if we have the money, the platinum, was that it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Leo?
those three, I believe. The silver and the bronze, I think, would be a little bit of an insult.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Leo?
I think the 4,000 would be well spent. especially because if we're just coming out of COVID and we're really, it'd be a good time to kind of get some name recognition out there and just make as big a splash as we can.
Good idea, Will. Good idea.
Okay. Who did I miss? Jules?
Yeah, I agree. The platinum's fine. I mean, or the diamond, or the gold.
We'll do
Any of them,
platinum, diamond,
whatever's
gold.
available.
Whatever's available, I'm good for.
4, 5, 6, 57. Paul, write a check for $7,000 and we'll cover the whole paper.
I'm
There
going
you go.
on mute. I'm going on mute.
Okay. Andrew or Brian?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, in years past, the BIA, always sponsored and was part of the Christmas parade, which
Oh,
we
yeah.
have not done.
Yeah.
So, 4,000, may seem like a lot in a single, event, but, over the past years, we've saved more than that in the cancellation of all of the events that the BIA was, in part of. So, to Leo's point, being a sponsor of the fireworks or, another, event in that package, I think is appropriate.
Okay. Okay, so I think, Andrew, did you have a suggestion or? No? Okay. I think I got everybody. Did I get Jules? Yeah, I got him. Okay,
Now,
Denise?
do we have any extra monies on top of that?
No.
Because
No,
no way. No.
no. There's no such thing as extra money, Jules. Like having an extra
There always
figure in
is.
the sack. No, there's only
There
20.
always is. We just take it from one bucket and
What was
put it in the
your,
other.
what was your suggestion?
Well, going back to how we changed our ways since Brian brought up the Christmas parade, you know how we changed how we throw money at the Christmas parade, where we offer the money up to the businesses that want
Right.
to sponsor. So if there's anything extra, we should maybe offer it there.
Put it out
where
to
we're gonna
businesses?
subsidize. Yeah, where we can subsidize, because not every business might be in the position to sponsor something, but would like to.
Okay,
So, I propose that we maybe consider that.
okay. So we could, once we check to see what we can get, how much money we've got, what's left, we could say, throw it out there to say 5 businesses like we've done before to see if anybody bites and subsidize up to a couple $100 if we've got the money,
Yeah, I would say
like we've
we'll
done
come back with a
before.
plan. Yeah, we're gonna do like that, exactly.
Okay,
I think that's a great idea, Jules.
that sound okay to everybody? All in favor of doing it that if we have the money left over?
Yep.
We're okay. Okay, Denise, you got your work cut out for you. So you check with Carrie tomorrow to see what packages are available.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. You let Paul and I know, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Perfect.
Okay, I lost my list.
Can I touch on the next 2? Just because I've got some numbers to run by you guys.
Just
I'll
gotta
go-
jump off, guys, because I gotta get this guy. So
Okay,
sorry.
thanks, Jessica.
Thanks.
If
Have a good night.
If we put you on
Bye.
any committee, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Nominator.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Jessica for chair. Jessica for chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but somehow I think I'll get voted like for vice. Because
Well, you're the more you
Okay.
mention it,
Jinxed
the
it.
Keep it
more
up, Sandra. Keep it up. You're going to
Yeah,
the,
okay.
the more Sandra tells us how scared she is to get nominated, the more she's going to get nominated for treasurer.
Oh yeah, I'll be right there.
Okay, Denise.
Okay, so I'll just throw out some numbers for you guys. I have this really cool tool over here that finds discount codes. So I went on Monarch Basics and I pulled our old invoice from last year when we ordered the masks and the sanitizers from Monarch Basics. And I got a couple $100 off for the exact same order this year. And after kind of canvassing around a couple of businesses, I don't think we need to make a giant order like we did the first time. So the first year, let me just pull some numbers here. So the first we ordered 100 hand sanitizers and 50 boxes of the blue face masks, and within those 50 boxes were a box of face masks. And we
Sorry, how many in the box?
100 face
100.
masks and
Okay.
50 boxes of them.
Okay.
So we ordered 50 more sanitizers than we did face masks, and I found that that was kind of not a lot of sanitizers left over and not enough masks. So it was kind of lopsided, but a lot of people aren't really asking for a ton of them this year. So if we did 50 and 50 of each, we could end up at $507 as opposed to last year when we paid $1,100. And that's just taking off 50 sanitizers plus the discount codes that I found. So we'd be saving like $700.
Well, Denise and I were talking about this, and we thought maybe because Omicron is hitting so many more people and so many more businesses, especially the smaller ones, that we would take this, do this again to some of our members that want it. Like most of the members have already got the signs and in their windows about the 6 feet distancing and that, but some of the smaller ones may be, you know, they're having trouble because of the restrictions on people getting in there. And so we thought, yeah, let's offer the hand sanitizers and the masks again and see how that goes. So like she said, she did a lot of sleuthing to come up with a good price. So I think she's found it. So Brian?
I will just declare that I work for Grandin Toy, but what I can tell you is that we've got a clearance on hand sanitizer right now. If you just go to the website, 49 cents for a 500 mil. They're there on clearance, so the BIA could take advantage of that, and it would be available, right? It's available to anybody right online. So I'm happy just to provide that information for you.
Okay.
What about masks? Are they on clearance?
Masks are pretty tough to find right now, just with Omicron and the interest, right, for a mask. So there's nothing, you know, super cheap on masks right now.
Brian, are they getting in the N95s or the KN95s?
Yeah, we will have some N95s, KN95s in.
Okay. Well, great. If you want to look into that too, Denise, and we'll get that order underway, especially if we can get the hand sanitizers a lot cheaper than any place else.
Okay. And the so yeah, just to clarify too, going back to like the Monarch Basics, if you guys wanted to do that one, they're like this size hand sanitizer. It's pretty big if I use my face comparison. But if we did 50 and 50, like I said, it'd be $500 as opposed to last year when we ordered 150 and it was $1,100. So we could do that, but we could also look into Grandin Toy as well. I'm not opposed to that either. I'm just throwing out some numbers at you guys. And I also talked to Jeff from Lacoste, and he's open to making a couple signs for us again, because those flew out the door the first time. And some people have contacted us that theirs have been damaged since or have been weathered since. So if we ordered 50 of each sign, I think we're good at the 50 mark for each sign. So all together with those, and it would be the same design as last year, so we don't have to pay for a creative designer to make one up for us again. So the cost gets cut there as well. So in total, 150 signs, 50 of all 3 signs, $525, which is really good compared to the 1,000 we paid them last year.
Okay, we'll get prices on the other 2 and check the website for Grandin Toy for the sanitizers, and then let Paul and I know.
Okay.
Because we want to do this for our businesses. It's the least, you know, it's one of the things that we can do other than takeout. So we can go from there. Thank you. Okay.
I think Paul had a question.
Any more discussion on that, Paul?
Yeah, I just want to know how many businesses are actually inquiring. Are we going to have enough product to satisfy the demand?
I think so. I mean, considering probably since November to now, I'll give around that. Probably about like 20 to 25 businesses have called and asked about it.
Okay,
When I've gone to deliver Tecumseh dollars, they've inquired about it. People have reached out on social media and have asked about it. So as long as we have it here too, because there's been some double dippers, especially if people are being visited by customers more often than others. They're going through their product a lot faster, and some of them can't afford to buy some of the products out there because, high demand comes high cost.
yeah, no, I get all that. Just the point of my question was that do we have enough product to satisfy the demand?
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
yeah, and if you can, look into Brandon Toys, if you're paying more than 49 cents for the same size container, then it seems to me to be a no-brainer.
Yeah. Is that a 500 mil size you held up, Denise?
Yeah, this one's 500 mil.
Okay, good, perfect. Okay,
Brian, yours is 49, and yours is 500 mil?
Yep, 500. Yep.
What are
I
you
can
paying,
share
Denise?
the product code, but anybody can go right online and buy it.
Denise, what
right
are
at
you
that
paying for your
price, so-
500 mil?
Yep.
Denise, what are you paying for your 500 mil?
Sorry.
I say, what are you paying for your 500 mil?
So they're $2.99 each.
$2.99? Brian is 49 cents?
Yeah.
Gee,
They're
let's-
clearing them out, right? They're clearing them out. So it's a special, but why not take advantage of it, right? So,
Absolutely. Mention Brian's name, maybe we'll get a dime off.
yep. Can't do anything on the price.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank
great,
you.
Denise, thanks. Okay, the next thing you had on here was the Tecumseh Proud patent. We submitted that? We're in the process of doing all that, to
Yeah.
get that,
So
our feather and our Tecumseh.
yeah,
patent.
just to let you guys know, it's been submitted, so it's in the process right now. I've been in touch with our lawyer, David Schnurr. He's submitting it, so that's going to take a while. But when the next part comes, which is the payment part, he'll let me know. But right now, he's just doing the research on it. So it has gotten started. We haven't paid anything yet, but it's the research part of it has started, which is good.
No, good
Okay.
news.
Okay, Denise, do you want to take the next one?
Yeah, so just for like food for thought, I don't know how the climate of the world is going to be in the next couple months or towards the end of the year. But the only type of apparel that we have here for our board members are older styled shirts that Paula informed me she ordered like years and years ago. And there's only certain sizes left, so there's not enough sizes to appease everybody on the board, including myself. It's like a baby t-shirt on me. So if we were to look into ordering new t-shirts or golf tees for our board members, so that way when you guys do go to events or go out in the public, people know who you are and they can come up to you and ask questions and whatnot at events, or just questions in general. That would be a good idea. I mean, the examples that I threw out there, they're not professional examples because I noticed that the background fades into the embroidery on it, but they're just examples of different color shirts that we found. There's the Tecumseh Proud logo, or we could do the regular Tecumseh BIA logo on it. Completely up to you guys, but there's red, there's black, we can keep in our color scheme. But there's jackets, there's t-shirts, long sleeve shirts that we could use. And then the shirts that I do have in the back here, we can just use those for volunteer shirts. But if you guys wanted to get yourself something to look nice and present us professionally out in the public, that's somewhere we can also put our money this year and get that to kind of get ahead of the game for when we do open back up and we do start having events again. That way it's checked off the list and we don't have to worry about that whole process. It's just something else that we can look towards.
To think about.
Yeah.
My concern when you sent it to me, and I like it. I like the jackets like that. And I've got the t-shirts and I've got the golf shirts and all that. We've got the Tecumseh Proud logo on it. And I wondered if we should wait with that until we're sure of our patent.
Yeah.
But the BIA logo, we could definitely use the BIA logo if we decided to move ahead on that. So that'll go back. That's something that'll go back to the marketing committee.
Okay.
Okay. And
yeah, just wanted to throw it out there for you guys if you had any
Great.
ideas or.
No, I like them. I like that style. So that's good. So, okay. Thank you.
I think we just need a motion to approve no, I think we're good
I
there.
think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the next thing on the agenda is adjournment.
Mhm.
Is it?
next
But
meeting.
is there any, sorry?
Next meeting and then
Yeah, but was there anything else that we might have missed? Folks? Anywhere along the line, anybody have any? We're gonna have to plan another marketing meeting, so we can, or Tecumseh Dollar meeting, so we can get that baby put to bed. The memo went out again today about holding back again for February. And I must say that you all got the email that Denise had a very terrible phone call today by somebody who lambasted her and called names, and I know people who can take care of things like that anyway, about not selling Tecumseh dollars. So that cannot be tolerated. And we're going to have to make sure that we think about things like that when we're having our meeting, because nobody should have to take that type of verbal abuse for doing their job. It's not up to Denise to make the rules as to when we send. It's the board that made that decision, as they're holding back, and has nothing to do with Denise. She just happens to be the one here selling them with me and whoever else shows up. But I think it was very disrespectful for this person to carry on the way she did. And Denise, I apologize on behalf of the board that you certainly don't have to tolerate anything like that. And no, you did handle it very well. At least what you told me. I don't know what you told her, but no, I know it was going through your mind, but no, that was disgraceful. So anyway, yeah. So Paul or Brian?
Yeah, I'll, Linda, I think you said it well, right, Denise? Nobody, I guess, has a right to, really treat anybody else, like that. And certainly want to, thank you for remaining professional and taking it like a champ, right? As your email had said. So sorry that you had to go through that. I know the email mentioned, this individual said they were going to reach out to the town or, some members on council or something. I haven't heard from anybody, but again, in the future, should you have another call like that, you've got my number and my information. Feel free to pass it along, and I'm more than happy to, speak to any individual who may have a problem with a decision that we make. And so we're here to support you, right? So
thank you.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. The only reason I reached out is just to let you guys know, and especially with social media nowadays, if you see anything written anywhere, or if someone calls says anything, I've gotten phone calls like that before in the past, and they're laughable, and you just shrug it off and let it go. But that one was kind of overboard, which is why I mentioned it, because I didn't know how far she was willing to take it. And nowadays, with it would just be a really bad look for us PR wise if something was miscommunicated out there online and it made it seem like we did something wrong or said something wrong. I just wanted to pass it by you guys before, if you saw anything on any community page or whatnot. But because this individual seemed like they were about to take it to the highest level and speak to.
Well, darn, I hope she took it right to Gary's desk. Yeah.
Yes. So
I'm sure he'd send it right back down the line to us. So
yes.
no, I just
that's the only reason I brought it up. So
yeah.
It's not like I'm not a big girl. I can handle stuff like that, but I just wanted to let you guys know.
We only have so much liability on you, Denise. So just breathe in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Was there anything else?
I think Andrew had his hand up there.
Andrew?
Yeah, just wanted to echo what Councillor Houston has said. I know, just knowing the identity of this individual, I know that they are one of my constituents. I am very happy to take that kind of heat. I mean, I should say happy, but I'm used to it, and I'm also armed with enough information to be able to respond. So, yeah, I mean, I guess wherever possible, if you are able to figure out their identity and you wish to have someone address it further, certainly I think that's a function that Brian and I can play.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, I need a motion for adjournment, or the next meeting is February 16th, 6 o'clock. Motion for adjournment, Jules, seconded by Sandra. All in favor? Thank you, everybody. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe.
Good night.
Thanks,
Nice,
everyone.
thank you.
Have a good night.